Joining me now to discuss the virus and military mandates is Dr. Shad Marvasti, Director of Public Health Prevention and Health Promotion at the University of Arizona. We also have Army Reserve Major Ronald Martin. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on BNC Live. Doctor, we'll start with you. Does the spike in COVID cases, as we've discussed, does that concern you? And if so, why?
Absolutely. It's very concerning, actually, because, those who are unvaccinated are particularly vulnerable. Not only do we have the Delta variant in full swing in effect, we also have the Omicron variant coming to bear. And, it's always concerning. And I think particularly concerning is because we don't have public health mitigation measures in place to protect people. We don't have mask requirements. We don't have improved ventilation systems with HEPA filters. These are things that have been proven to stop the spread and to save lives. And when we don't have those in place, and only 60% of Americans are fully vaccinated, and less than 20% of those who could get boosted have been boosted, that really sets us up for failure.
Yeah, absolutely, especially as this Omicron variant starts to spread across the country or is spreading around the country. Major Martin, why do you think so many active duty service members are reluctant to roll up their sleeves?
That's a good question. I think misinformation plays a big part in why they would be hesitant. I think there's some mistrust there. I think there's some ideological differences that exist. Soldiers always want to have a say so in the types of things that they're forced to do, and this is no different. I think people are always concerned with what they're required to be administered medically. But it also is contradictory because when soldiers deploy abroad, they take a whole bunch of different vaccines that they normally wouldn't take. So, but I can understand their concern.
Yeah, Doc, I guess my question to you, and to piggyback off of the major there, what are some of the dangers that troops face by not getting vaccine, especially if they're going to be deployed overseas?
Well, it's pretty clear now. We have data nationally from the CDC that if you're unvaccinated, you're 11 times more likely to die from a COVID infection than if you're fully vaccinated. And that number can, by the way, vary. Here in Phoenix and Arizona, we found that that number was actually 15 times higher risk of dying with a COVID infection. So that's really something where you know that it's preventable through a vaccine that is safe and effective. Not to be able to avail yourself of that, as the major said, I think because of misinformation, really is an unfortunate circumstance that could be quite tragic as soldiers deploy around the world.
Yeah, Major, it's very rare that a soldier will ignore a direct order, right? I mean, what does this say to the
That is
fact
correct.
that, yeah, what does this say to the fact that they're like, I don't think so?
Well, the problem is it's a violation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So in them foregoing or ignoring a direct order, there are punitive measures that could take place that would affect their continued service.
All right, Doc, we're going to close with you. We got about a minute left, sir. I mean, at this point, what more do you say? What more do you say to folks who are just hesitant or just refuse to get vaccinated at this point?
Well, I think it's a real sad state of affairs, not only for our military personnel, but also just for the general public. Misinformation, as the major has said, is really spread, and misinformation at this point is worse than the coronavirus itself, and it's really deadly, as the Surgeon General said a few months ago. We really need to correct that. We need to stop bringing politics into this, the politics of division, the politics of hate. Instead, we have to recognize that we're not at war with each other, right? Whether you're Republican or Democrat, whether you're conservative or liberal, we're at war with this virus. And if we can all unify against the virus, do what we need to do, get vaccinated, get boosted, wear a mask indoors in public, improve ventilations, and really work hand in hand, that's the only way we're going to overcome this. And so we need to improve education, and we need to really get past all this politics, which is really destroying us.
Yeah, well said. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Really appreciated the conversation and, of course, your time.